A very warm hello to you. My name is Maximilian. I am the Managing Director of docu, and in today's short video, I would like to show you the 5 effective ways to create a report. All right, let's get started right away. I'm currently here in the docu web application interface. And the first and simplest way, or at least my own personal preferred way, is simply to navigate over to the pin list. Once you are in the pin list, you can very easily filter your view here, for example, by looking at all open pins or other specific categories, and then simply select one individual pin or even all of the pins at once. And when you click on this edit button located right here, you can then choose the report option. That is to say, you are adding these selected pins to a new report. Then you just select a suitable template, enter a descriptive title for it, and finally click Create to finish the process. Yes, that is correct, and it is actually the simplest way to handle this. The same logic also works perfectly for your tasks. So, in the task list, you have the option to filter the view as you like, and then you can select one or more tasks from the list. Once you have made your selection, simply click on the button labeled Add to Report, choose your preferred template again, and then you can create the report. Yes. So those were the first 2 specific ways to do it, which I personally tend to prefer much more than the others. The third way is by going through the group section. Yes, for example, you can go to the groups located right here. Here, in this case, I have created a filter group with simply all open pins. This feature is actually quite practical because this essentially works like a saved filter, and this specific group currently has 4 pins. I can simply click on the 3 dots right here and select Add all these pins to the report, and then select the template once more. And yes, it is actually very convenient if I know for sure that I want to create a detailed report every single Friday from a certain number of pins or even specific pins. Then I can simply create such a group and then every Friday morning just easily generate this entire report for myself. I don't need to filter anything anymore or anything like that. So that's the third way. The fourth way is probably the one most people choose at the beginning when they're still new to docu, because they might not be so familiar yet with the methods I've just described. You probably just need to go to the reports, and then up here on the top right, you will see the button that says New Report. And right here, a new pop-up window appears showing you exactly how to create a report. So here you can again enter a title and select a template. But here you have to scroll down a bit further and then select either the pins or the tasks first, right? So now, for example, I'll say, just for simplicity, I'll use pins. Now I click select here. Now you can set a filter here, for example, all open ones. But I can also simply, let's do that, all open ones. I can then just say here, use this filter, or I can select individual pins and then say, use this one pin. So I can filter here or not. I can also simply click on the reset button right over here, so I can use all of the filters, or rather use all of the pins. Now I'll just select 2 specific pins, say add these 2 to the pin list, and now, as you can see, I've successfully selected 2 pins here. Just like with the task section, I can also modify, adjust, or completely reset the parameters again, and then proceed to create the report. This particular method would be the 4th way to create a report. And then the 5th way to create a report is right here. For example, if I open up one of our specific pins, if you just want to create a report from this one pin as quickly as possible, if you want to share it with someone, you can open the pin, click on the 3 dots here, and also select Add Pin to Report here. Go ahead and select the template again, choose Test, and then just click on Create, right? So now you can see this one pin is already selected here. So that would be, if you want to quickly share a pin, basically the 5th possible way to do this. You can also simply and quickly add a pin to a report directly this way. So those are basically the 5 ways you can create a report in docu. I also wanted to briefly and quickly show you how the entire application interface works and functions on the iPad app. It's very similar there. But here, there are only 2 ways, the ones I described at the beginning. So here too, you can either go to pins or to the task list. You can filter here and then either select all pins or just one or several, just individual ones. And then again, go to edit and then create report. Yes, so create a report. So it works exactly the same way when you are looking at the main task list view. From this screen, you can also manually select just one specific item or choose all of your A tasks at once to generate a comprehensive and detailed report right here at the bottom. That is exactly how you create reports on the iPad interface, whether you prefer using the first method we discussed or the second alternative option. Yes, that is exactly right. Those are the 5 different ways to generate a report in DocuTools. See you next time. Ciao, greetings from Vienna.